Welcome back, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter at the workbench. And what I'm doing today is I'm establishing the protocol for sharpening of the 4.5 planes. Now, another box came in the mail with another plane. Still searching for a Bedrock, Stanley Bedrock 604.5. If you have one, contact me. Now, in preparation for establishing protocol, I have reestablished the 25-degree primary on my Stanley 4.5. Now this happens to be from 1936, from the second quarter of 1936. And to the best of my knowledge, I believe it to be a laminated steel blade. So that would mean this side, the cutting edge side, is harder than this side. Because I don't know if you can see it, but there is a slight color difference in the steel. See that? That's not a micro bevel. That is one solid bevel. But the different steel shows up as a different color. So I've established 25-degree primary, which is the way most of these will be coming out of the box. Now, from here, we want to establish a slightly higher micro bevel. And I'm thinking 2 to 3 degrees is about all we need to add. So, as mentioned, we are going to use the honing guide. And on my sharpening station, I have 2 lines. One is 25 degrees, and the next one is like 27.5. So I'm going to eyeball it. I know I should have one of those things with the stops in it, but I don't. And this will be accurate enough. Because when I tighten it, if the cutting edge is on that line, that's all I really care. So if I do the same thing with each and every blade, they will all have the same angle. Secured in the honing guide. And I'm going to take, I'm not even going to wet the diamond, because all I'm going to do is take maybe 1 stroke. Straight across. Okay? And that has given me a very, very small micro bevel. And there is a burr. So now I'm going to go up from the fine to the super fine, and that one I will use some fluid on. And what I'm using is automobile windshield washer fluid. That's all, nothing special. In fact, DMT said all you really need is water. I'm not really pressing right now, I'm just moving the water around. Okay, now I'm going to have 4 fingers on it, even pressure, light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that should be more than enough and it is to give us a visible micro bevel right at the tip. Okay? And I have a burr across the entire back. Before I take it out of the guide, I'm going to give 5 strokes on each corner. Just 5. So we did 10. And now we're going to go, just want to get sure I have enough fluid on here. I'm going to go 5 strokes with pressure on the left. Okay, and now on the right. And that is going to be my protocol. Now looking at it, I really want to go a couple more strokes on this side. This side has already camber started. This one, it's not that visible. So we'll give it a few more strokes on that side. All right. So the goal is to have a visible micro bevel with a visible camber. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it is there. Ever so slight. That's it. That is all the honing I plan to do on any of the blades. I'm going to move some of the fluid to the edge of the superfine. Clean the wheel off, the guide wheel. And remove the honing guide. I'm going to take the little David Charlesworth ruler. It's not his ruler, but you know what I mean. I'm going to lay it right on the edge there. I'm going to take the blade and lay it down and just take the burr off. Now, on my blade, I don't have to initialize the cutting edge side. If these are new blades in these boxes, we will have to initialize them. What do I mean by initialize them? Okay, burr's all gone. We'll talk on that in a second. Now, clean the stone off. And for some reason, we have a little buildup there. Take my eraser and we'll get rid of that. All right. I have cleaned my strop. I've scraped off any crud. And so now we're going to load it with some green buffing compound. I'm going to go across in one direction, and we're going to go across in another direction. That's it. So now, as part of the protocol, I'm going to strop the blade because I don't have like a 16,000 grit stone to polish it. If I did, we'd use that. So, bevel down, bring it up until the tip meets the strop, and we're going to give this let's say 20 strokes. visually inspect it, see if we're getting a polish on the micro bevel. Okay, and I don't see enough of a polish on the micro bevel, so I'm going to go a little bit at an angle. I'm going to do it again. Almost there. All right. So because we cambered it, I want to concentrate a little bit more on the corners. And now we go to the back, holding it flat to the strop. I'm going to pull it here too, probably about 20 times. And you can tell that I'm not using a lot of force because my sharpening station is loose. When we go to do the actual tests, I'll probably clamp that down so I can apply a little bit extra polishing pressure. And if you notice, I'm kind of going at a little bit of an angle and pulling, because if there are any what I call vertical grinding marks from sharpening, you can get rid of them a little bit by pulling a little bit at an angle. So that's it. That is going to be my sharpening protocol. You see anything I'm doing wrong? Leave it down in the comments section, but I think that should work. I'm so looking forward to opening these boxes, but we also have my Clifton, we have the import, so we have a lot of tools before I'm going to start opening those up. So there you go. That is razor sharp. Ready to go to work. Like, subscribe, and share. Head out to your workshop. Establish your own sharpening protocol. Walter out.